Hey, what's up, Unbroken Nation? And in that, you step into this thing about trusting yourself and about believing in yourself. And I know as an entrepreneur myself and trying to build things, there's always these moments of the limiting self-beliefs and the negative self-talk and the thing in your head that says, "Are you crazy? You're going to walk away from all these things to try to build your dream. How dare you?" How do you navigate that? Like as an entrepreneur, as a business person, as someone trying to create an impact change on the world, how do you be louder than the voice that tells you you can't, shouldn't, don't, or won't?
Yeah, I mean, in my case, it was about aligning with clients that kind of help build me up. I really have gravitated to clients who have been very complimentary, have been very generous, have been very engaged with me, and have actually helped me like realize what I'm capable of and what like value I've brought to them. So I've almost kind of, unfortunately relied on the reflection of the people that I've served and what they have shared with me on the impact that I've made in their business or in their lives and the relationship that we've built that has started to make me feel like, okay, this is why I want to continue these types of relationships, because it's not just, oh, they're validating and gratifying, but there's a mutual respect, there's a partnership, there's a shared language that makes me feel confident I can be honest, I can be candid, and that we're both accountable to each other and getting things done. The role of a manager in my mind is to be a strategist and to keep nudging and helping encourage someone's creative dreams, but also to be the one that's kicking them in the butt as much as they are kicking you in the butt to say, hey, this is like they say to me, this is my dream, this is what I want to have happen, like help me. So that mutual accountability and respect for each other, I think, drives both of us forward. And that's what's helped me kind of quiet those inner saboteurs or the critics that think like, who are you? You're a nobody. Like, look at all these other really amazing managers and agents, and especially in LA, are surrounded by enough people that you can easily feel inferior. But I know, to the few clients that I work with, or the many hopefully authors and speakers that I've worked with over the years, that I hopefully have made an impact. I have made a difference in the success of their book, or the getting out there as a speaker for the very first time, or building something beyond what I could have imagined myself doing a long time ago. And then so every once in a while I have to kind of hopefully reflect on how far I've come and how I'm unique in this industry and not just another person that they could easily replace. And so I do try to use all that to help fuel. And I think the biggest thing is just working on yourself, and even if it doesn't relate to your job. I mean, I know all of the things, that the practices that you have. I also meditate and work out in the mornings now, and I never thought I would be the person doing either of those things. And went vegetarian, and just all the things that I do to try to take care of myself in different ways, I think has also really helped me in an emotional and a mental way, because it just helps. If you feel good, you're gonna work better. You're gonna find more joy, more confidence in what you're doing. And the stress that used to really sideline me and force me to self-medicate with weed and alcohol for years and years and years has dissipated. It's I've got enough perspective now to say, yeah, that's someone's upset, someone's you know wants different results, this or that. Okay, we go to work to solve them. But I let anxiety and stress and kind of crazy bosses that I had really run me ragged for a long time. And I've been working on walking out of that, and really just owning what I want my experience of my career to be, by being intentional about the people that I choose to work with.
Yeah, and I love that you mentioned that it's not as simple as just doing the things for your job or for your business. And I found just by doing the work for me first, by proxy, that impacts everything in my life.
Mhm.
But much like you, like I can rewind to a time 10, 12 years ago where I think personal development, self-help, these guys are full of shit. Like this is nonsense. I'm never going to do any of this. And now it's like it's almost the only thing that I do, because one of the things I recognized was if I'm the smartest person in the room, like I am in the wrong room. And I just kept like trying to push myself more and more and more. One of the things that I found to be so incredibly beneficial, and you kind of hearkened into it, but I want to go a little bit deeper, was being surrounded by the right people in alignment and with my values and who it is that I want to be and what I want to build and become. Talk to me about the power of community in your life and how that impacts you, not only as an individual, but as a business owner, an entrepreneur, and as a human being. What is the power of community like for you?
Yeah. Well, you know, I struggle to think about a lot of communities that I really do feel like I'm an active part of. I've been part of this speakers bureau, kind of speakers agency world. I've got a lot of connections within that, and that's been really amazing because a lot of us move around, and then I continue to see the same faces and people, and it's great to feel like, you've got a history, you've got rapport with a lot of different people that are passionate about what you're passionate about and are doing that and now can support you in a different way. And so that's been really amazing. As you change jobs and move other places, the people who reach out and the people who kind of lift you up and encourage you and are been excited about your next venture and all of that. But also coming out of business school, I've taken on the responsibility of leading our LGBT alumni group for Anderson, and that's always been a little bit of like kind of my mission, is getting involved in boards, getting involved in other nonprofit organizations that serve the community and that help align people with different connections. Even before I was a manager and an agent, I loved helping people just connect to jobs. If I heard about someone hiring, I would be going through my mental Rolodex to figure out if there's someone that I thought might be a fit for that. I helped friends right out of college get their first job in New York and ultimately set them up for the rest of their careers. And I don't say that to brag, but just because it feels very exciting to me to be the one that can help align people with their creative dreams, with their things like that. So I think about the different kind of communities that I've come from with my undergrad alumni or my business school alumni, and then different friends and colleagues I've met along the way, and always am grateful to hear from previous people who've worked for me who still want me to be a reference like 5, 6, 7 years later, because they know that I'll pick up the call and actually speak kindly about them and encourage them on those next things. So I think all of those different communities along the way have helped me connect and make connections that have been meaningful to my career, but also the joy of giving back and being able to help them has really probably been a lot more gratifying than anything they've ever done for me, because I just have loved playing that role of connector and being someone that hopefully people can come to when they're looking for their next gig or when they're asking for help with something. And I think it's just nice to be needed sometimes and to be the one that isn't looking for a quid pro quo from it.